Hi, this is RJ, and I'm going to walk through using the plotter pen on the CNC router here at Inworks. What you see in this file here is a simple triangular pattern with equilateral triangles placed on a 24 by 24 inch piece of material. In this case, I just used a piece of newsprint paper. As you'll see at the end, I'll show some screenshots of or images of what the final result looks like actually printed. So I set it up using these triangles, which were originally just segments, and I joined them together. I joined the outline of the triangles and then all the diagonal lines together and the horizontal lines. And that's all you need to do. You can join lines differently, and the CNC router will plot the paths differently when you do that. So what I'm going to show you is how to take it into RhinoCAM and generate the toolpath to draw with the plotter pen. So we'll go up here and go to RhinoCAM Mill, and let me hide a few things. Okay, so what I did here, actually I'll hide my material too. What I did here is set up a 2D engraving toolpath, 2-axis engraving, and just go and edit the information here. As you can see, go into my perspective view. As you can see here, I have a material, I'll turn this back on to show it, that is about 1/4 inch thick, and I did that so I could visualize what the material would look like, even though I know it's paper thin. So I'll turn that off, and I did that so I could see the stock box, so I could see if I was technically cutting into the surface of something, even though it's very light, but I'm plotting. So I have all my curves selected, and I have them in here as part regions, and then if you go to plotter, or go to tool and create a new tool. I already have a tool here, so I'll edit it. I picked plotter pen, or I named it plotter pen, but it's really just a V-mill. And I gave it these parameters right here, which I will put in the comments of the video. And then I set the feeds and speeds to speed 8000, which doesn't really matter because we're not actually turning the router on. What matters when you're plotting is the feed rate. So generally we're moving at about 2 inches per second, which is 120 inches per minute. The other parameters here can all be set to about half of that because they have to do with how the tool or the plotter pen approaches the material and plunges. So cut is where it actually intersects with the material, which in this case is paper. So go ahead and just cancel out of there. So feeds and speeds, same stuff. I set the control geometry, or clearance plane parameter definition to 1/4 inch above the material, as you can see here. And we want to make sure that the plotter pen is pulled up enough so it's not going to hit anything. Cut parameters, I set the cut depth to 0.05 inches, and as you'll see in a second, you want to have barely any depth because we're just touching the material, basically. Didn't change entry and exit, and didn't change sorting. So those are the only parameters you have to deal with. So if I go over to simulate and bring this slider down and turn off simulate by moves to actually watch it. So actually let me regenerate this so we can actually see it cut. So we'll turn off our toolpath there. So you can see it's just going to follow the path. And when it finishes, it will go ahead and pick the tool up, and I'll hit stop. So if we zoom in, we can see what it's actually doing. You can see that it looks like it's cutting a little bit into the material, and that's basically the tool, the pen just pressing down on the paper. So that's it. So you basically go here and right click on engraving and go to post and save out the toolpath file, and it will open up a text file showing all the paths here. So after you take that, after you save that out, you can just take it over to the router and run the file.